Hi, and welcome to Mom to Mom. I'm Lynne Getz. Across the last month, we have been running a series of shows called Moms on a Mission, which has focused on local moms from our community who are giving back in unique ways. Each of these moms started an organization that gives back to the local area. Tonight, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, we would like to focus on all of those moms again, showing you a little bit of each of their interviews and giving you the opportunity to take another look at their organizations and perhaps even consider giving back to them as well. Either volunteering or donating money, these organizations can use your help, and what a perfect way to end the Thanksgiving season. Starting off, we're going to look at Pamela Battalato. Pamela started an organization called the Plaid Pajamas Project. Take a look at Pamela's story.
I randomly, was trying to come up with some way that we can involve our whole family and maybe the families of our friends in teaching our kids about the importance of giving back, not just during the holiday season when everybody's doing something, but something we could do all year long. And something that was always a big tradition in our family at Christmas time was to get new pajamas on Christmas Eve. My sister and I would sleep with them. We'd wake up Christmas morning in our new PJs. We'd be adorable for photos. The tradition continued. My mom does the same thing for my 4 kids. My grandparents, if we don't see them for Christmas, they ship the pajamas to my husband and I, and and to my sister. So it's something that meant a lot to our family, just made sense. My kids love hanging out and having pajama days, pajamas and a movie. So it's something they could easily get behind. And once I launched it, it kind of took off from there.
And this isn't just a holiday giving program. This isn't something where you're giving people pajamas so they can unwrap them on Christmas Eve. This is really about giving a child in need a warm pair of new pajamas.
Right, new pajamas. We do lots of, we see a lot of clothing drives where you can donate any kind of clothing, used, gently used, and that's great. But I feel like giving someone some dignity of acquiring a new piece of clothing with tags still on it meant just for them, purchased just for them, is really important to our mission and how people feel when they are on the receiving end.
And so if an organization is listening and hears this and says, we have kids and they would love to be able to have that brand new warm pair of pajamas, how would they get in touch with you?
Well, I'm pretty easy to find. You can find me on Facebook most of the time, or on our website at plaidpajamasproject.com. My email is pamela@plaidpajamasproject.com. We have a Facebook page. We have I post through my Instagram, which is just at Pamela Battalato. So a lot of letters, but I'm out there. You'll find me. So really, we're always looking to meet new organizations or new businesses that want to be a drop spot for us. It's a great incentive, to get more people through your door. Some of our businesses that have partnered with us have offered, a discount to anyone bringing in a donation, or free coffee to anyone bringing in a donation. So it's a nice community connection.
That's wonderful. And I'm thinking too, this would be a great project for anybody who has kids with a service project that they're trying to do. So collecting for Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts, or maybe a bar bat mitzvah, or service project. Have you had kids step up to this project?
We have, and I just love that. Whenever I pick up from actual, from kids who have participated, it really means the most, because this is something I started, so that my kids could have a way to give back. So we've had Girl Scout troops, Boy Scout troops, children who have had birthday parties and request, a pajama party or a slumber party where they've requested no gifts but pajamas, and they've given them to us.
Oh, I love that.
I love that too.
It gave me chills.
So we've done that. We've had it. We've had drop spots at various preschools, so the kids get to be the ones to bring them in, and I think that just makes such a big difference. We've had then, wrapping parties at my house where we have the kids come over to help sort and, wrap them up in the tote bags that we give them out in, because it's, there's something for everybody to do. It's, my youngest one likes to just open the envelopes and boxes when we pick them up from the P.O. box.
Right.
So getting the kids involved has really been like our most important goal.
Again, that was the Plaid Pajamas Project from Pamela Battalato. We'll have all of that information up on our Facebook page. But first, let's take a look at Kate Schnittman. Kate started an organization called the Colby Fund after experiencing an event with her son that led her to this mission. Listen to Kate's story.
When my son was 4, he's 10 now.
Okay.
He's also, I always like to tell people, he's super healthy.
Awesome.
He's just a healthy and annoying 10-year-old boy, as they're supposed to be. But when he was 4, we discovered that he had a rare tumor growing on his pituitary gland. For those people that are familiar with our anatomy, I know I wasn't beforehand, but the
you learn a lot when you're thrown into these situations.
You learn all this stuff. But the pituitary gland is smack dab in the middle of your head. So my son was basically looking at brain surgery, and we were in a unique situation where we could, it wasn't an emergency, and we could find a surgeon that was going to best suit his needs. And we traveled for that, and he's a walking miracle. There's no doubt that he's beaten all the odds. He's doing great. And so we've started the Colby Fund to support families on their journey to travel for health care. And in this journey, we know that so many of the expenses associated with health care are not covered by your insurance.
Right.
And those expenses are the traveling. And in particularly for families that live in rural areas or families that live in smaller towns where they don't have the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia around the corner.
Yes. Or DuPont down the road.
DuPont or Wills Eye Institute, which
Exactly.
is also, Wills Eye has families that come over from all over the country as well. When you don't have that, then you are in a situation where you need to travel for the best care. So the mission of the Colby Fund is to help families that need to travel, make it easier for them, and any family that has the courage, the wherewithal to kind of drop everything and find that best doctor to meet their kids' needs, we want to make that easier for them and lessen the burden.
Now, when someone is coming to this area, everyone's first thought is, oh, well, what about the Ronald McDonald House? We've all heard about the Ronald McDonald House for years.
Yes.
How is what Colby does different from Ronald McDonald House?
Okay. First of all, there are a lot of ways that we're different. But we work with social workers at hospitals and at the Ronald McDonald House to make sure that we're kind of filling in the blanks and providing kind of a full picture so that no one's kind of slipping through the cracks.
Okay.
The Ronald McDonald House is very full. They turn thousands of families away every year. So that's number one. Also, the Ronald McDonald House is really a wonderful place. I think it's best suited for families that have longer term stays. And even if you have a child that has some dramatic long-term treatment that they're looking at, to get into the Ronald McDonald House might take 4 or 5 days.
Oh, wow.
So the Colby Fund can take that family and put them in a hotel until they're able to transition into the Ronald McDonald House. That's one area where we're able to work with them and be very effective, just to help them stay in a hotel until they can get there.
Right.
The other thing is the way that it works right now, and I just imagine, you're traveling and you have a routine MRI and you need to go to the doctor and okay, my appointment is on the 13th. I'm going to call the Ronald McDonald House. I'm going to say, I want to get in on the 13th. We have this appointment. I need to stay one night. What will happen is the Ronald McDonald House will say to you, that's great. We might have availability. We're not sure. Call us at 10 a.m. on the 13th and we'll let you know. So, and it's not that the Ronald McDonald House is not being respectful of that person's family, that family's needs. What's happening is the Ronald McDonald House will never kick you out.
Right.
They don't work like a hotel. A hotel is like, I'm coming in and you're checking out.
Right.
The Ronald McDonald House, you will stay, once you get in there, you can stay as long as you need to help care for your child, and they embrace you and you become part of this community, and they have tremendous services. But the Colby Fund, if you just need one quick night for a routine MRI, we don't provide all of the support. We don't provide a lot of the the communal space that the Ronald McDonald House has, but we are providing just that relief of a hotel room, which is we're finding is what a lot of people want, and that can also help relieve the burden on a place like the Ronald McDonald House, because they have so many people calling. So if we can help with those short-term stays, That's great.
Now, we are coming up end of the fiscal year for a lot of people, and they're looking at places to put their dollars. What's the best way for them to give those dollars to you?
Yes. So the colbyfund.org.
Okay.
Colby is spelled Kolbe, so it's the Colby Fund. And, you know, people can donate on our website. And I also always encourage people to like us on Facebook, because sometimes we have, you know, some campaigns going on there, and it's a good way to kind of get involved.
I'm so inspired by Kate's story, and I hope you are too. The colbyfund.org is where you look to donate to them. Now, let's hear from Nicole Klein. Nicole Klein took it upon herself to start a chapter for Fox Chase Cancer Center right here on the main line. Our area didn't have a chapter prior to her involvement. Listen to what Nicole has been able to do in this area and hear her inspiring story.
I've gone to a lot of Fox Chase events over the years. My mom has been involved since I was probably in high school, and I would go to a lot of events with her in Bucks County where we grew up, and they were always really nice events, but you know, a lot of the events I noticed were more geared to my parents as I got older, and not really people that are of our age. So when I moved to the Havertown area, I thought, you know, it'd be great to maybe combine some networking events that I'm already going to and tie it into events for Fox Chase to raise money for cancer research. So I was inspired more after hearing a lot of people tell stories about their experiences at Fox Chase on the main line. You know, they were living on the main line, but they were traveling to the Northeast to Fox Chase and just saying, you know, what a great experience they had, and noticed there was a void, you know, here to have a presence for fundraising.
Well, that's great. And, you know, you talked a little bit about the research and the fundraising is for research at Fox Chase Cancer Center. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So our chapter is under the Board of Associates, and the Board of Associates is all volunteers. There's different chapters and affiliates, and each chapter is able to decide within the hospital where they want the money to go. So some people, there's an organization called Jimbo Squad, and they run on Broad Street, and they donate the money to pastoral care. But I felt, you know, really passionate about our money going to the research side of it. So as a chapter for the mainline chapter, we're actually able to even take it a step further and decide which area of research we want the money to go to. So it's not just like donating money and you're not really sure where it's going. You know, we are very specific, and, you know, get grants from the hospital, reports to see what they need, and, you know, decide what we're going to try to help them with funding.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And do you know specifically what areas you're going to be donating to in your campaigns?
Yeah, so we're still deciding for 2017.
Okay.
But as a board, we voted in 2016. We asked everyone that was on our committee what areas they'd want to see more research happen, you know, more research being taken place at. And we went to the scientists and we asked them to give us, you know, proposals on what they were working on. So we end up donating to ovarian and brain cancer research. And for the ovarian, the scientist that we worked at, she was doing a study that she needed to hire a postdoc and was finding that she wasn't going to be able to do the work that she needed to do without an extra set of hands. So we were actually able to give money to pay for half of a year's salary for the postdoc. So she was able to do the research. So we just
your big event every year is coming up in the spring, the Night for the Fight. Tell us more about that.
So the Night for the Fight is where we really raise all of our money. It's a formal event with a sit-down dinner, and we have a live band and auction items. And we really strive to make the event, since again, it's catering to a lot of people that are like you and I. You know, it's a babysitter-worthy event is what I normally say. You know, it's worth, you know, being able to get a babysitter, have a night out with your husband or your girlfriends, and attend the event. So this year it's going to be at Palm in Radnor, right down the road from here, and our goal is to raise $75,000.
Wow,
so
that's a healthy goal.
Yeah, last year we raised 50. And,
congratulations.
Thank you. So, you know, we've got to step it up each year. So our goal is 75, and it's really going to be through, you know, people buying tickets and the auction items, and then, you know, heavily dependent on sponsors.
And that's coming up in March, correct?
It's February this year.
February.
It was March last year, so it's February 25th.
Okay, so coming up on February 25th. So thinking about that now, what can people do to start to prepare for that? You mentioned looking for sponsors?
Yes, so we have all levels of sponsors. The sponsorships start at $650 and go up to $10,000. So we tried to make it that, you know, whether it's a personal sponsor or a company, that there was a level that worked for everybody. TV.
Right.
We'll have all the information is on our website, so you can go to the website. You can do it right online. You can mail us a check. Each sponsorship does come with tickets because we hope that you'll come, and enjoy the event and
Yes.
celebrate with us as well.
Thank you again to Nicole, Kate, and Pamela for sharing those stories with us. Again, we're going to have all of the information about each one of their organizations on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/mom2mom TV. Thank you again for joining us, and happy Thanksgiving.